Disclaimer, I'm not trashing MRR. I'm trashing the sleazy sales tactics that usually accompany it. And with that said, welcome to Cringe Fest. Today, let's chat about the world of MRR and the oh-so-sleazy sales tactics. MRR stands for Master Resell Rights. It's usually a digital product or course that extends you the rights to resell in just about any manner you like. Always check the terms, though. This can be a very valuable tool in your business. If you can see past the cringy, kinda scammy, and oh-so-tempting, just post a link and make 10K claims. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying MRR is a bad thing at all. I've purchased it myself, and I'll give you my little history. I had previously purchased PLR, pre-ChatGPT. PLR is private label rights, to use as templates to create digital products to offer in lieu of coaching. I figured people need help, but they may not want to work with a coach. Just like I didn't. I didn't want to work with a coach, but I ended up finding a couple anyway. And I did create several guides and mini courses that have been downloaded by hundreds of people. It's a lot of work, but it's a jump from starting from scratch. And then I came across MRR, Master Resell Rights, products. Now, they usually come with unrestricted rights. You can keep them as is, rewrite them and call them your own, sell them and extend the rights to others. It's like a huge head start. And they're almost always far more robust and complete than any PLR. And people I know did go on to create an MRR business around them, usually with a faceless marketing approach. As I mentioned, my intention was to rework them and use them in my coaching biz, sell the guides and workbooks, etc. These products were so good as is, I even listed some of them and extended the rights. But an MRR biz wasn't really my game plan, just a little extra icing on the cake, maybe a nice little side gig. My goal is to help midlifers or anyone at a crossroads get through that stuckness and to a place they can figure out what it is they need to change, what's missing. And a lot of them do want to change their careers or approaching retirement and want to try an online business but don't know where to start. So, technically, these products are a great addition. And technically, I could just change my biz model to selling only MRR products. But let's talk about why that's not always the golden ticket it's made out to be. Okay, have you ever seen an ad that promises you'll make 10K a month just by posting a link? Yeah, me too. And like a lot of people, I thought, wow, that's a lot. But earning some extra funds sounds doable. Nice little passive income going on without a whole lot of effort. Maybe a little too good to be true. Spoiler alert, it is. And today, we're breaking down exactly why these so-called passive income systems are often a big ol' scam. Or at least, way more work than they claim. And look, I'm saying this as someone who has actually bought and used some of these products. And yes, a couple of courses, those were for myself, not even to resell, just because I wanted to learn. But I did have in the back of my mind that I had the rights to resell them if I found them to be as good as suggested. When I got those courses and started diving in, I emailed my subscriber list about these wonderful courses I'd purchased, and that I might even offer access to. But I wanted to complete them myself first. Now, I did have some products listed, not with MRR, but for personal use. I just couldn't jump on board the whole MRR biz thing. I loved them, but something just didn't feel right. I suspected it was that it just didn't fit into my vibe. I had them listed, but I wasn't touting those 10K claims. Side note, I guess that's why I didn't sell a whole lot of them. But I just wouldn't be able to sleep at night after making those claims. And along the line, I started hearing lots of talk about pyramid scheme. I didn't see it as a pyramid scheme, and I still don't. You buy the product, you resell the product. There's no funds going back to the creator, so how is it a pyramid scheme? Some will argue that the only one making money from these is the original creator. And that's why. I don't disagree with the only one making money part, but I still don't consider it a pyramid scheme. What was troubling and concerning to me was the outlandish and outrageous income promises. Yet here I am, chatting with countless sellers, crying about no sales. And I also saw things that were very shady, super cringy going on. I saw people buying up these products, say one would buy from A, the other would buy from B, they'd team up and package everything as C, creating their own vast collection of these products, Most of them were exactly the same and didn't teach anything new. A friend asked me about one. I took a look and told her that it's the exact same thing she already has from the original creators that she's having trouble selling. She bought into it anyway. The only way to make money with that one was by selling the exact same collection to someone else and bring them into the fold. She even tried to get me to buy it from her, claiming, "But this has everything. Talk about cringe." Yeah, it has everything I already have. We're not friends anymore. What really stopped me from pushing products was last summer or fall, and I posted a video about ditch the get-rich-quick schemes. After I sat through a masterclass that was running for 3 days that was supposed to teach some design skills and using AI to create a business selling logos and similar image-type items. They did teach us how to create a digital vision board or mood board that you would provide to clients, copy a design someone else created on a diagram, and change a few things to sell as your own for a ridiculous price, and then asked for thousands of dollars for entry to a 6-month program. When some of us asked in the chat room, why would someone buy my image for $500 when 5 people do it for $20? We were ignored and blocked. One of the presenters went so far as to suggest people sell things around the house to afford the course. Cringe. Is that even legal? And people were all delighted by that genius idea, discussing the things they would sell. Equipment, a car, furniture. So that had me sick and riled up. On top of that, one of the resale courses I love had posted a video explaining that they weren't liking what they were seeing happening with their course, and that they were planning on making changes. Now, this course is about starting a business. It's a thorough, valuable course. That's why it did so well. That's the one I was writing to my followers about. Great course. But it's not a course about how to sell MRR or digital products. You do have the option, but it's a course about starting a business, period. And it did discuss how to resell that course and gave the rights to those that chose to. So this creator was very emotional and choked up discussing some of the complaints she was getting, not about the course, about the claims that were attached when they purchased. The one that got me was the man who needed $30K for an operation for his son. Lo and behold, he came across an ad for their course that claimed to deliver a $30K income fast. What a relief, he thought. He purchased, listed it for sale, did not earn a penny, and called them in desperation. I am very relieved that this course and a couple of others have clawed back the MRR and have changed their model to be affiliate offers and have placed strict limitations on claims, and rightly so. So what's the appeal? Why do people even jump on these offers? The dream of passive income, the promise of easy money, the desperate need for quick income, the reassurance that anyone can do this. You see someone claiming they made 10K plus in a month, and you think, well, if they can do it, so can I, or at least a portion of that. And the empty reassurances and promises. And so the cringe continues. You ever notice that these programs love to highlight the one person who had a big month? They say things like, Sarah made 15K in her first month. What they don't tell you is that Sarah probably already had an established audience, spent a good deal of money on ads, or straight up made up the numbers. So say you write in to complain that you're not getting sales. Oftentimes you'll hear something like, keep pushing, you'll get there, it will happen. Or maybe they'll suggest that you're missing a step. You're not posting enough. You're not posting on enough platforms. You're not automating right. You're not spending enough on ads. You're not using the right wording in your ads. You don't have a large enough email list. You don't have a large enough audience. When you have a large audience, they'll automatically buy from you. You haven't built trust. You haven't this or that. Never, ever, ever is it that your product is the exact same thing as the next guy. Never, ever that everyone who's interested in this type of product already has it listed on their own site. And you can usually count on them trying to sell you their latest and greatest product that will make it all come together. Well, if you upgrade to the premium content, you'll have better luck. Which leads me to more cringe. The bait and switch, sneaky upgrades. You hit buy now on a course claiming to be packed with the tools you need to get something done, thinking it includes everything because that's what the sales page claims. But suddenly, surprise! The real info is in a VIP upgrade. Out-the-door upgrades like, for just $297 more, will teach you the real secrets. Wait, your order is not complete. Get real success by adding in the video instructions for only $97. Hey, you want to succeed, right? The coaching upgrade that was never mentioned in the original pitch. Sign up now for $19.97, and I will show you how this works. This offer will never be available again. And you're looking at the pop-up like, the sales page definitely said you'd get everything you need to succeed, but now suddenly, there's a platinum edition with exclusive secrets or video upgrades for just $97 more. And at that point, you're thinking, wait a sec, wasn't this stuff included? Due diligence. How to avoid getting burned. So what to do when this happens? I did get suckered in a couple times, but there was no real benefit to the additions. On some, I'd buy the initial offer only, and then discover that you actually cannot do anything with it without the upgrades. Then I cancel and ask for a refund right away. Now what I do is go straight to Googling the product, and I will type in X product OTOs or X product reviews. Yes, you'll find several reviews that are obviously not legit, so keep looking and checking that they're not actually advertisements. Check the refund policy. Search for real reviews before buying. Go to communities, Reddit, Facebook groups, Discord, to see what people are really saying. I found Reddit to be an excellent source. Also, in more recent times with all the AI products, Discord is slamming with people voicing their opinions on them. To find these, you might have to hunt a little, and oftentimes there's a Join Our Community link somewhere on the info page. Remember, not all products and courses are for all people. What works for one person may be useless to another. If the entire masterclass is just a long pitch for a more expensive upgrade, it's not education, it's a funnel. I do find value in some masterclasses and might pick up a tip or two that's useful, but if the big picture doesn't fit into your vision or plan, just leave it alone. You can always find it, or another one later, no matter what they tell you. Yeah, it might sound all wonderful and awesome, but weigh your options. Do you have the money to invest? Or even lose? Do you have the time to invest? Have you finished any of the courses you've already purchased? I know I have a bunch I haven't completed. And oftentimes that's because they were flimsy, they discussed the same things as another, or they used questionable tactics. To wrap it up, we can't really laugh it off, but now that we've learned, we can always do better. And please don't use the cringy and sleazy sales practices on others. Listen, we've all been there. We've all fallen for something cringy. We're not dumb, we're just human. These offers are designed to be tempting. The good news is that now you know better. This video was made using Hagen, Canva, and Descript. It's me, but it's not me. Not cringy at all. And remember, don't do anything cringy this week, but do write in and share about your cringy experiences, and I'll talk about them here, where we can safely get cringy.